Welcome to another episode here with Queen City Reefs and more. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy. I am over 900 subscribers. It means the world to me. It really does mean the world to me, and I just want to say thank you to all that are subscribed, that continue to be subscribed. For you that I know you're about to subscribe, I know you are. I mean, there's no way you're not going to, right? I hope so. I did a while back mention that as soon as we get to the 1,000 subscriber mark that I would be doing a giveaway. That giveaway will be of some frags, some SPS frags from the Mega Matrix. So if you haven't caught those videos and seen the actual SPS that I actually have there, you should, so you can see exactly what you'll be getting. I'm thinking about 5 frags, and it's very simple. I want to get to that 1,000 mark. If you're not subscribed yet, you definitely want to be subscribed, because that's definitely going to be a requirement. Another one of the requirements is going to be to join the Facebook group. Yes, we have a Queen City Reefs Facebook group. I will leave that link in the description of the video below, as well as my Instagram page. I'm trying to be more active on both of those platforms, but I kind of like doing these videos better. So that being said, make sure that if you're not already following those groups, that you do. Make sure that if you're not already subscribed, that you subscribe. I promise you, the frags that I'll be giving away are going to be worth it. Unfortunately, when it comes to shipping frags overnight, it will have to be here in the States, and therefore, I apologize to everyone that's overseas. It's almost impossible, I'm sure, to ship corals like that, at least not at my scale. I know that there's importers and exporters, but I'd rather keep it as simple as possible. That being said, this video is a special one. It definitely really is, and the reason for that is because I am about to show you what I haven't showed you in quite some time, actually. I'm always showing you the Mega Matrix, which today we won't see other than in the background. I'm always showing you an enemy tank that's here to my left. I'm showing you the peninsula that's in the office. I've shown you even the mangrove tank and even the tank that's right next to that. I can tell you that it's not going to be any of those tanks today. Today is going to be the quarantine tank. It is where I keep all of my invertebrates, all of my corals, anything that before it touches my main displays, it goes into this tank for at least a minimum of 30 days. The reason we're doing that today, though, is because the corals that I received in a 2-week period, some I received last week, some I received just today, that are still in bags, are from an auction that was done by Landlocked Corals on an app that I did not know existed. Normally it's not for live stock really, but they, I think, are one of the first to do corals on this. It's an auction app. Anyways, they hosted a auction in the memory of Jake Adams. All the proceeds of that auction went directly to Windsor Adams, which is the wife of the late Jake Adams. Even though I didn't know the guy, it really hit home. It really hit hard because it was definitely someone that I admired, and I still do. And as a family man, to know that his wife was pregnant with their first child, it makes it even harder, because then you start picturing yourself in that situation of what if it was you, and you can't help but to feel bad for, sorry, and my condolences to the family. You just can't help but to feel some, type of saddened way. That being said, so I did make a few purchases on there. I had trouble on the first shipment, I'll say that, because first of all, if you ever get on an auction, I would recommend that you absolutely do screenshots of the corals that you end up bidding on, and especially if you win them, because you want to make sure you have a recollection of what that looks like. And the reason why I advise that is because it's a lesson learned for me. I received some corals that I did not order, but on the second shipment they made up for it. They sent me additional corals because of it. One, because one died, and the other one, there was DOA on arrival, and the other one was not what I ordered, so they made up for it. But it's still, one of those things where you're like, what? I didn't order this. How could this have happened? And And so again, you know, they did make up for it, and I truly appreciate them for that. So we're gonna take a look at what I got. This is as much as you're gonna see out of my face today. and we want to hurry up before my twin comes by and interrupts this video. So if you want to see him again, let me know, and I'm definitely make sure that he comes by and says hello. But he won't do so until we get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. So I'm gonna turn this camera around and I'm gonna show you exactly what I got, and then we'll talk a little bit about my quarantine process here, what I do, and then go from there. All right, so now I'm behind the camera, and this is a 40-gallon breeder that I've actually hooked up that Seachem Tidal hang on the back filtration that skims the water from the top. I also just actually installed one of the Tunzi skimmers. The problem with that one though is that I have not actually been able to turn it on yet because I cannot find the power supply anywhere. It had been stored for quite some time due to the fact that I didn't really need it at the time, but I feel that I do actually now, because I need for the water. I don't know if you can see the water at the top. It doesn't skim too well from the Tidal, so then I figured a skimmer that actually skims the water from the top would actually work perfect for this setup. That being said, there's nothing much to this setup, to be honest. There's the Tunzi hang on the back filter, which serves as a mechanical filtration as well as chemical filtration. I'm gonna need to add some carbon here in a minute. I don't know if you noticed that the water is a bit cloudy. So I know that before these corals arrived, I did a huge water change and I removed the old carbon and all that. So I'm hoping that's all that is. Then I also have, this is a Zetlight QMaven 2 that I use as the light for this quarantine tank, as well as, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know which lighting system this is, but I use it in combination with that. I haven't measured par here, but I actually should, so I will. So all of these corals that you see here on the floor, and I'm gonna put the orange filter here in a minute so that you get a better view of what I'm seeing, are from the auction for Jake Adams. So you'll see that there is a total of 11 corals. That right there is a Ghani. This was supposed to be a jelly bean chalice, but it has a lot of yellowish with some pink hints. You never know. I mean, I know at times that jelly bean chalices have several colors and they cut a piece off that was just that solid color there. The one that I mentioned earlier that I did not order, you'll see on this side, which is closed up because I actually did a lot of moving in here, so they closed up. But that was the Bernardipora, which is like a short tentacle type of Goniopora that I did not order but received. The back of there is an Alveopora, which I'm not sure which one that was because I ordered one that was pink with blue mouths and that looks super green. So to be honest, I'm not sure. It looked to be on its way out, but recently I saw its tentacles come out, so I'm hoping that it's savable. This was supposed to be like a rainbow type of Tenuis Acropora, but it's browned out. It actually came browned out. You'll see that torch coral there, which is what they call a DOC orange peel torch. So to me that looks just like a gold torch, but I'm gonna see if I can bring you and do a top down so you can see exactly what these look like here in a minute. On the floor there you'll see a huge piece of the Kung Pao Monty. Kung Pao Monty is what that is. So it's a very bright yellow. That there you'll see is a rainbow Pectinia. So I'm excited about that one for sure. Then on this side, that's an acro. It's a no-name one. He said he would send a dope acro to replace that acro that's bleached. And then in the back there is a Ghani that its tentacles have not come out. So this whole rock here is what just arrived today, with the exception of the bleached one, to see what it looks like. And so I'm excited to see what that one looks like once the polyps come out. And then the one that I'm most excited about is this This wall hammer there came from AJC, and it's pretty much just a bright orange wall hammer, and it looks, I mean, when I tell you that I've been looking for something this orange, this is literally what I've been looking for. But normally the prices that I would see even for walls was above $500, and I was able to get this under $100 in the auction, which I know that was not the purpose of this auction, but it doesn't hurt to get something at a decent price. What you see in this basket here are a trade that I did with someone, which these are 2 black widow anemones. Yes, these will end up going into the anemone tank. So everything, when I tell you that everything goes into quarantine, everything goes into quarantine. I'll back up so you can see the setup here. As you can see, this basically is a stand from Petco with the tank from Petco, and then a light that I had. I can't remember what I ended up buying that for, but it fits perfect for this quarantine tank. It doesn't have to be expensive equipment. This is where I keep my corals for 30+ days, and then one thing I don't do is I don't do dips. I don't dip these corals when they first get here, especially because, as you can see, the tenuous that was browned out, I'd hate to kill it by putting it in dip. So my thought is put them in here, observe them, and then before they make it, once they recoup, before they make it into the main display is when I dip them. And if anything comes off of them is when I'll continue quarantining them here. If nothing comes off of them, then I'll put them directly into the respective display. All right, so before we go top down, here's one quick look. I adjusted the auto white balance to try to get it to look a bit better on camera to what my eye sees. That's as good as I could get it. All right, let's go top down. All right, so this is a top down view. I think this will give you a better perspective on the corals that I received. I mean, I still can't get over how orange that hammer is, and I'm really excited to put it in my tank. Then you'll see the rainbow pictinia right there smack in the middle. Excited about that one as well. I've seen how purple, green, and pink it gets, and I love the pink accents that it ends up getting. Then you have the Kung Pao Monty over here, which I'm also excited to put in a tank. You know, I love something about oranges and yellows that attracts me to getting corals that have such colors. And then here you can see the rest of them. So you'll see the alveopora at the very top left hand corner that seems to be poking some of its polyps out, and I'm hoping that it recovers. Then you'll see the torch. You'll see a lot of that gold color on it, which is amazing. I can't wait to put it under nice blues. Then you'll see the tenuous right in the middle, which has browned out. You'll see the green Gani. That's one that I don't remember ordering, but it's not on them because honestly I don't. But I do advise that anytime you do an auction, you take screenshots of what you order. Then at the very bottom, which I've tried to make it straight in the middle, is that jelly bean chalice that I mentioned that they had that I had picked up, and honestly it looks better in person than what it did when I bid on it. So I'm excited. I love those colors, even if it doesn't turn out to be a jelly bean. I can't say that I know that it's too close and that its tentacles can sometimes end up stinging things around it. So I am keeping an eye on it, and I will move it if need be. As a matter of fact, I may just end up cutting the frag off and putting it on a plate, which I do have. So that's exactly what I'll do after this video. Then there you'll see the Bernardipora, which is a red one with orange mouths. I already have one in my Mega Matrix. And that is it. That is all I got. So you'll see it's a total of 6 there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and plus the bleached out one, 12. Definitely excited to be able to put these in my tank once they're ready to go, and I will keep y'all posted on how they do. Definitely was a great cause. It's an awesome feeling to know that you purchased something and that according to the host of the auction, all proceeds are definitely going to Windsor. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing a glimpse of how I quarantine my corals. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. If you can't subscribe because you need an account to do so, then let this be the channel, the reason why you end up creating an account with YouTube, and make sure that I'm the first one you subscribe to, and hit the like button. Also, don't forget that you want to join the Facebook groups. That is exactly where you and I can chat more, and that's exactly where I would love for you to post pictures of your tanks, your setups, anything you have that you want to share in order for me and others to get to see what you have. That actually would be awesome. I like seeing other people's tanks. And finally, the Instagram group. I have an Instagram group. I will link all that to the description section of this video. Make sure you check that out. Make sure you follow, you join, and you comment, and you subscribe, and you like, and you do all that good stuff. Make sure you share. Let's get us to 1,000 subscribers. I would truly appreciate it, and we'll talk then more about the SPS Frag Pack giveaway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again. I will catch you on the next one. I did almost forget to do a video of this anemone, so I figured before I put everything up that I'd make sure to capture this guy. And you can't tell me that's not an amazing looking one. I want to say thank you to Mr. Brandon, who I did a trade with for some of my SPS frags, and to get these anemones. You can see a baby one down there.